Color guard. Right shoulder. On. Forward. March. Colors. Colors turn. March. Post. Post. Colors. Present. Arms.
If we can have the Mejia children please come up here. They're representing the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and the Brownies. They're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms. Recover. Ready, face. Forward. March.
Thank you so much. You can be seated. I'd like to begin by introducing some special guests. We have Mayor Jim Darling, Commissioner Veronica Whitaker, City Manager Roy Rodriguez, Police Chief Victor Rodriguez, and I'd like to also talk about our honor guard. They're both police and fire, so let's give them a hand. Thank you. Here for the official welcome is Mayor Jim Darling.
Thank you, Chief, and welcome and good morning. It was so nice to see the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts up here for the Pledge of Allegiance. I noticed they had more merit badges than I ever earned when I was in the Scouts, so congratulations. You know, this is I think the Chief said this is the first day that we've done this officially, but I know that everybody here has done their own private remembrance each day on the anniversary of 9/11 since it happened 14 years ago. So to me, it's a day of remembrance of the people who lost their lives in that great tragedy. It's a day of remembrance of the heroes that were involved in saving people and gave up their own lives, especially the police and fire personnel in New York City and those that were on the airplane in Pennsylvania that rose to the occasion to prevent something otherwise terrible from happening that day. It's a day of vigilance to make sure that we still are under attack for the freedoms that we believe in this country, and that we should always be vigilant that there are other people that don't believe in that way of life and will try to take that away from us. So it's a solemn day. It's a day that I think we should always have in our hearts, besides the one day a year, that we should remember those all the time and remember what they stood for and what this United States stands for. So welcome today, and hopefully, Chief, I know it's going to be a great ceremony, and we should maybe do this every year. So thank you very much.
Welcome to the City of McAllen's Day of Remembrance for the 9/11 victims. On behalf of the City of McAllen, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. I'm Rafael Valderas, Fire Chief for the City of McAllen. Today marks the 14th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. It was September 11th, 2001, at 8:46 New York time that American Airlines Flight 11 struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center. At 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 struck the South Tower. At 9:37, American Airlines Flight 77 struck the Pentagon building in Washington, D.C. At 9:59, the South Tower collapsed in approximately 10 seconds. At 10:03, United Airlines Flight 93 crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And at 10:28, the North Tower collapses. In all, 2,753 people were killed in New York City, to include 343 firefighters, making it the deadliest day in history for New York firefighters, 23 New York police officers, 37 Port Authority officers, and 8 EMS personnel. 184 people died from the attack on the Pentagon. 40 passengers and crew were killed aboard Flight 93 that went down near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. The world changed that day, and we shall never forget. Here to say a few words about 9/11 is Police Chief Victor Rodriguez.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Mayor, commissioners, our city staff, our city manager, and to all of you. On behalf of the City of McAllen and on behalf of the City of McAllen Police Department, we thank you very much for the invitation to this event this morning, and we thank you for the opportunity to speak before you this morning. On September 11, 2001, an act of war was inflicted on the United States of America. This act was inflicted on civilians. This act was inflicted on innocent men and women as they went about their everyday life in our country. This was an act of terror. As a result of this act of terror, thousands died. Amongst them, hundreds of firefighters and police officers. They responded to their call for duty that day. They went out to save lives, and instead they lost their own lives. This act of terror served to awaken the American spirit. Families once again waved goodbye to their loved ones as they left home to fight the new war. And firefighters and police officers know that today, that their next call may be another act of terror. We have realized that in our world today. And we have realized that our world today is much smaller than we ever thought. We have realized that what we thought impossible is not only possible today, but it's very possible today. We have learned that the goals of terrorism include mass casualties. The goals of terrorism today include economic damage. The goals of terrorism today include psychological impact. And the goals of terrorism today seek media attention. We have learned to adapt. And that wake-up call we received 14 years ago, that has made us one in this country. The American spirit is awake. The American spirit is red. It is white and it is blue. The American spirit is stars and stripes. The American spirit is woven by a fiber that grows stronger every day with every challenge, every threat, and every attack. Rest assured that today, American first responders, like those here this morning, like our mighty military as well, that we strive every day to protect our communities from threats foreign and domestic. May God bless all of you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Here for the Remembrance Memorial is Honor Guard Commander Mark Zamora.
Let us take this time to reflect on the tragic events of September 11th, 2001, and those who we have lost. The bell ceremony. The men and women of today's fire service are confronted with a more dangerous work environment than ever before. We are forced to continually change our strategies and tactics to accomplish our tasks. Our methods may change, but our goals remain the same as they were in the past: to save lives and to protect property, sometimes at a terrible cost. This is what we do. This is our chosen profession. This is the tradition of the firefighter. The fire service of today is ever-changing, but is steeped in tradition more than 200 years old. One such tradition is the sound of the bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tour of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of that day's shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which summoned these brave souls to fight fires and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow citizen. And when the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled to all the completion of that call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, paying the supreme sacrifice, it was the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced a comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions, which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much and who have served so well. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls have to their duty, a special signal of 3 rings 3 times represents the end of our comrades' duties and that they will be returning to quarters. And so, to those who have selflessly given their lives for the good of their fellow man, their tasks completed, their duties well done, to our comrades, their last alarm, they are going home. Please stand. All uniformed personnel, present arms. Order, arms. Thank you.
This concludes our Remembrance Memorial. I'd like to thank everybody for being here, and I invite everyone to join us on Sunday over at the Chase Bank at 7:30 for a stair climb, and we're also going to have a memorial there. Thank you very much for being here.